Legends Arceus did not inspire the first Pokedex. Okay, within the Pokemon world, perhaps. But in the real world, no. But I know the real inspiration, and that is Toriyama Sekien. Toriyama worked as a servant for the Tokugawa shogunate, or the Japanese government in the 1700s. But he was also a painter, and you know who was also kind of a painter? Samuel Oak, better known as Professor Oak. During the Pokemon Forever movie, we actually see young Sammy already recording information about Pokemon through illustrations in his notepad. And he's not the only artist. There's Tracy, a Pokemon sketcher, who would sketch Pokemon during his adventures in the Orange Islands. The role of an artist is an important role, and we see it in the anime and in the games. But another role is equally, if not more important, and that is the Pokemon Professor. After all, the Pokemon Professor is the one who first greets you and starts you on your journey in the Pokemon world. And just as Professor Oak studies Pokemon in his world, Toriyama studies in our world yokai. Yokai is a term used to label some of the more supernatural phenomenon and creatures that exist here in Japan. And it's more of a modern term. It came around during the 1800s in the Meiji period of Japan. It was then that the study of yokai became, well, official. And those who had studied yokai so intently, like Toriyama had become known as yokai professors. One such professor was named Sawaki Sushi, and it was him who created a nature encyclopedia called Wakkan Sanzui that also included some entries of yokai. Inspired by the Wakkan Sanzui, Toriyama, a painter, had created his own encyclopedia focused solely on yokai. Now, on the screen here is a cover of a book called Kazuhyaki Yagyo, which was published in 1776. The title is translated as Illustrated Night Parade of 100 Demons, with hyaki meaning 100, but more so meaning a lot. And this is important because in his first volume, he didn't introduce 100 demons, no. He introduced about half that at 51. And if that sounds familiar, it's because it should. For in the first Pokedex, there were 151 entries, which was a lot of Pokemon. Toriyama was the first to create a series of encyclopedias on yokai that was mass-produced using woodblock print art. And during Sakoku, a time when the country was mostly closed off, people wanted more yokai, and he delivered, using puns and tales that already existed to create new and interesting yokai. That gave us the 4-volume set of the Illustrated Night Parade of 100 Demons. And it's because of this series that other people became yokai professors themselves, creating work like Mizuki Shigeru and his work, Kitaro, or Takahashi Rumiko and her work, Inuyasha, and of course, Tajiri Satoshi and his series, Pokemon. Now, Toriyama wrote 4 books in total, each with about 50 new entries of wonderful yokai to read about. And you can get this series too quite easily. You can go online and purchase it there, or if you're visiting Japan, I'm sure you can find it at most shops here. It's fairly affordable. I bought the entire 4-volume series for 680 yen. That's less than $10 US, and fits in the palm of your hand. You don't have to know any Japanese language to enjoy this, really. Getting it simply for the illustrations to have at hand makes a perfect souvenir for anyone who's interested in yokai, and if you've watched this far, you're interested. Well, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really enjoyed making it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. It's been a long time, but I wanted to figure out what content I'd be putting onto YouTube before starting up again, and I think I have. If you like yokai and if you like Pokemon, stay tuned for more. And if you really liked this video, then press that like button and share. Of course, if you liked anything particular, leave a comment down below. And if you just want to share a little bit about your own supernatural creatures, then feel free to comment about that too. I love hearing about these stories. それじゃあ皆さん、ポケモンも日本語もゲットだぜ。